Right, in this last video, we're going to look at how to add text and how to put on layer effects, so effects onto the text. You can also put layer effects onto pictures and images if you'd like to as well. But I'm going to focus on text. It's up to you if you want to do them on any of the other layers. So I'm going to select this tool here. This tool is the T tool or the text tool. So when we do the text tool, the computer's taking a long while to load up. Right, there we go. At the top we've got our text style up here. So I'm going to leave it small at the moment. I'm going to write the word and click where I want it. And you can see that's really tiny. I don't want it to be that small. But I'm going to write the word wanted in. It should appear it's being a bit slow today. You can't see it particularly well. So what I'm going to do is highlight that text, and I'm going to choose my font style. Okay, and I want something a little bit old school. Let's go for Old English, because that's kind of like old, like you get in when pirates are around. So we can pop that in. Text size, I'm going to up it to 72. Now that to me is still quite small. So what I can do is I can highlight it and I can type a number in. So that's 150. That's a better size. And I want it to click on it. I'm going to choose a sort of dark brown colour, I think. Okay, when you've done your text, again you need to click on this filled in arrow so that you can move it. What you'll notice down here is we've got a new layer with a T on it for text. So let's move that to where I want it. Okay, and if I want to edit the text, if I click on it, I can't do anything to edit the text. But what I can do is double click on the T of this layer, and once I've double clicked on that T, that will go into the text editing tool and I can change the text on that. Okay, but I'm going to click off and I'm going to go back there. Let me just reposition that slightly. Right, so the next bit I want to put on is layer effects onto that text. To get a layer effect, you double click on the layer, not on the T, but on another, not on the name. If you double click on the name, it will rename. But if you double click outside of the name and the T, or on that layer, it will bring up the layer style. So this is adding a style to a layer. So I can do lots of different things by clicking on them. I can drop a shadow, which is a little shadow behind it. I can add a glow. The big thing about the glow is always to go normal blend mode and put up the opacity to 100% so you can see through, and then select your colour, and you can see there's a glow on it already. And add a bit more spread. It should get bigger. So I might have a glow. If you put a size on, what will happen is it will fade out more. I'm going to put mine quite small, so it's just outlined. A bit too much. You've got plenty of other things on here. You can have an inner glow. You can overlay it with a different color if you want to change. That's how you change the color. You can. What thing you will be noticing, so I should just mention, is that tick box turns it on, but the tick box also turns it off. You can put patterns over it if you want a gradient or a pattern. And you can see it's changing there. It's doing it in real time, so it's previewing it for me. I can bevel it, and you've got all these sorts of different options on here. So I quite like that. So what I might do is I might keep that style. Okay, and once I'm done, I can click OK, and there we go. I've got some layer effects. Now the layer effects appear down at the bottom. Okay, so what I can do is I can either turn those effects individually off down here by clicking the eye. If I want to change any effects, I just double click on that layer and the layer styles come up with the ones that tick that I've got. And I can tick others off, I can change the settings, I can do whatever I want to it. But that is layer effects, it's different to filters, okay? Just to show you, although I'm not going to keep it, if I go onto the picture of me and I say me, I do the same on there. Let's try and be slightly out the way. And I put, let's say, a colour overlay. Okay, you can see I can still do the layer effects. I can do an outer glow. Remember, it was normal mode, full opacity. Change the colour. And let's spread it out a bit. You can see that those effects are applying to that layer as well. I'm going to cancel that off because I don't want it, but you don't only need to do layer effects on text, but I find text is quite often the best one to do layer effects on it. So that's going to kind of finish off your poster. I'm going to finish mine off, and obviously you'll have seen it on Olive Eye, what the finished poster looks like. But add some text in, put some layer effects in, and then, yep, you've got your poster for your wanted poster for your pirate.